Meloni and her French counterpart diverge, however, over their respective movements' extremist history. Le Pen pushed her father out of the leadership role of the National Front because of his overt racism and Holocaust denialism. Meloni, though, has never fully disavowed her connection to Italy's neo-fascist tradition, even as she claims that her party is merely conservative and that fascism is a thing of the past. The tricolor flame and the Brothers of Italy's logo contradicts that claim. It celebrates her party's connection with its fascist past by reviving the MSI's emblem. Casetta tricolore! The Brothers of Italy also perpetuates its forebearers' values, in particular, the natalist obsession of Il Duce's 20-year rule with its battle for births has survived in the Brothers of Italy's present-day concern about boosting the birth rate, its proposal to link social welfare assistance to mothers and those engaged in childcare, and its attempts to limit reproductive rights. You know, we do a similar thing here in America when we hyper-focus on this, but when Europeans hyper-focus on this, that's when fucking alarm bells should be ringing, okay? When Europeans start talking about birth rates, okay, and great replacement, that's a little sussy, okay? Maybe a little bit too sussy. Because last time they talked about this shit, World War II happened, okay? Just think about that. Here's young Meloni talking about Mussolini.
Georgia a 19 ans, elle milite depuis 2 ans. D'abord dans son...
In French, Georgia is 19 years old. Like this lady has been a racism nerd since she was fucking 19, by the way. That's so bad.
Georgia a 19 ans, elle milite depuis 2 ans.
First,
dans son
in her
lycée,
high
où elle
school,
rejoint une coordination d'étudiants de droite,
where she joined a coordination of, where she...
Moi, je crois que Mussolini, c'était un
bon I think Mussolini was a good politician.
Que tout ce qu'il a fait,
it is to say that everything he did for Italy.
On ne le trouve pas ça dans les
we don't find that in the politicians that we've had in the last 50 years.
Politiciens qu'on a eu dans les dernières 50 ans.
Imagine being a fucking like fascism lover and racism defender since you were 15, by the way. That's like, that. She's purebred, okay? Purebred fucking psycho. Stop saying I can fix her. No, you can't. And there's even no fixing you, I think. Here, she did this shit too.
25 settembre. Ho detto tutto.
Giorgia Meloni holding 2 melons, and yes, there's a real video posted on her. Wait, what about crazy ass Italian moments in Italian politics? She did not age well, by the way. The racism got to her. Dude, of course, if you're fucking racist since 15, yeah, no, that shit is gonna destroy your skin, okay? 100%. Most 15-year-olds in Italy have a fascist phase, but then they usually recover and get normal. Except some people don't recover and they keep being fascist. What does Super Mario think of all this? You mean Chris Pratt? Chris Pratt? That's Super Mario? Anyway. Italy never underwent a process equivalent to Germany's denazification after World War II. At the start of the Cold War, the Allies... Oh, my God. Okay, Atlantic. Let's hear what you have to say about this. American newspaper Atlantic. Big fan of MBS and also... Hey, let's just read. Let's just keep reading. Let's see what they're going to say about this. The Allies wanted to block Western Europe's largest communist party from power. Interesting. They took a minimalist approach to purges of fascists and other punitive measures that could cause social unrest in Italy. They also looked the other way when Giorgio Almirante and the other fascists who had served Il Duce founded the MSI in 1946. That seems interesting. By the 1960s, the MSI had become the fourth largest party, yet it remained largely on the sidelines of Italian politics because of electoral strength of the left. The political will of the MSI to return the far right to power never waned. The collapse of communism in the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe created a new space for the right to flourish. In came the billionaire Berlusconi and his new party, Forza Italia. Berlusconi's short-lived center-right government of 1994 also included the Northern League, the original name of Salvini's party, and brought the MSI's neo-fascists into a governing coalition for the first time in Europe since 1945. Thank God. Their party was rebranded as the National Alliance, yet the MSI's tricolor flame remained. The National Alliance's leader, Gianfranco Fini, wore business suits and discouraged fascist salutes among the party faithful, but he hailed Il Duce as the greatest statesman of the 20th century. Meloni had joined the MSI's youth wing in 1992 as a teenager. 4 years later, as a young activist electioneering for her party, she echoed Fini's praise for the dictator. I think Mussolini was a good politician. She told a TV interviewer everything he did for Italy. We just watched that video. The current popularity of Meloni's party, in part, indicates the weakness of the Italian center-left, which has struggled to package its ideas in ways that connect with voters. Above all, it signifies an acceleration of Italy's democratic backsliding. In many respects, Meloni's current coalition is an updated version of the governments Berlusconi went to form during the 2000s. Which over time took on more and more of his neo-fascist partners' politics. In 2009, the process was formalized in a merger of Forza Italia and the National Alliance to form a new party, People of Freedom. Berlusconi's coalitions demonized immigrants and detained them and stoked anti-communist fears, even though the Italian Communist Party has ceased to exist. Crazy that, like, the Communist Party lost all of its power despite, looking like the good guys in the aftermath of World War II, and yet the Nazis remained. It seems quite strange. How did that happen? Throughout, Berlusconi played nostalgia for fascism's promise of law and order, even as he whitewashed his violence. Mussolini never killed anyone, he told Britain's Spectator magazine in 2003. Another brilliant magazine in the UK, by the way. He sent people into confinement to have vacations. The fascist prisons on islands such as Ponza were torture was practiced, were no holiday resorts. His statement also denied the fascist mass killings in Italy and his colonies, including Libya, and ignored their participation in the Holocaust. It's so weird, man. All of our fucking allies just happen to literally be on the side of Nazis and champion the fucking Nazi rhetoric to this day. Whether it be fucking Shinzo Abe in Japan, whose, state-funded funeral proceedings are happening, I believe, today, or Berlusconi in Italy. It's just weird. It's just strange. It's a strange coincidence. I wonder how that happened. Meloni served as a minister of youth in Berlusconi's last government, which proved a laboratory for policies she has made her own. In 2008, in Berlusconi's ministers claimed that high immigrant birth rates, together with Italy's aging population and sluggish demographic growth, would cause Italians to disappear in 2 or 3 generations. Italians to disappear. Where would they disappear to? They would just be Italians still. But of course, there's a difference. They consider, I guess, the white Italians, who are not really a thing, okay, if you ask others. Disappear to where? New Jersey. Too many Italianos going to New Jersey. This is bullshit. Such fear-mongering finds an audience because of Italy's historically low birth rates, yet it also foments racist attitudes about who should be having babies. The nationalist preoccupation echoes Mussolini's warnings. Cradles are empty and cemeteries are expanding, Il Duce declared in 1927. The entire white race, the Western race, could be submerged by other races of color that multiply with a rhythm unknown to our own. Interesting. Where have I seen that rhetoric? Oh, wait, literally every Republican, but that's every conservative worldwide, globally. But hey, welcome to the global conservative movement. Not very different than the global fascist movement at the time. Son, you're out of your depth. You're trying to cover the news. Look, I get it, pal. Probably never even made a pizza pie, but I won't forget this. Good luck. Mamma mia, splaining your way out of this one. See you in Italian hell. Is Italian hell just Olive Garden? Because that's heaven for me, baby. Unlimited garlic breadsticks, dude. I will go there, okay? Meloni's twist on this theme is ethnic substitution. Since 2017, she has tweeted repeatedly that Italian identity is being deliberately erased by globalists such as Soros and European Union officials who have conspired to unleash uncontrolled mass immigration. Paranoid style in Italian politics translates into xenophobic proposals to deny citizenship to children born in Italy, to foreign parents, and to cut foreigners' access to welfare benefits. The People of Freedom merger entailed a loss of autonomy for the neo-fascist tradition, however. The breakup of Berlusconi's coalition in 2011, when the Eurozone crisis forced his resignation, created an opportunity for its far-right partner to make a fresh start. And the Brothers of Italy formed the following year. As it has grown, Meloni has walked a double line, trading in far-right conspiracy theories at times while claiming to be a traditional conservative at others. The approach has proved ominously successful. Ignazio La Russa is now the vice president of the Italian Senate, and last year, Mussolini's granddaughter, Rachel, who has been a Brothers of Italy politician since 2016, was re-elected to Rome's municipal council with more votes than any other candidate. Like direct descendants of Mussolini is what we're talking about. Can you imagine like a German politician with the last name Hitler in like the NSDAP, like still in operation, or like, I mean, I guess AFD, right? AFD is like the spiritual successor. So yeah. Running around being like, what do you mean? It's just, yes. My name is Adolf Hitler, but it's just like, you know, I'm Junior. I'm Adolf Hitler Jr. And yes, it might seem as though I'm championing all the same causes, but you know, it's different. It's different. It's tradition. It's just German tradition. Yes. Yeah. It's the German family unit. Yeah. It's the Volk. It's just a folk. It's very different. What can we expect if the first female-led far-right government comes into being after next week's election? Meloni seems unlikely to tone down her extremism or change in alignment with her illiberal partners in Europe, such as Hungary's Fidesz. After all, pursuing hardline anti-immigrant and anti-LGBTQ policies in the name of defending white Christian civilization has worked well for them. Yup. Like Orban, Meloni has made common cause with the U.S. Republicans attending the Conservative Political Action Conference and the National Prayer Breakfast. Whew. Anyway. So that's where we're at. We got girl bossing, we got gaslighting, and we got gatekeeping. So when you read the headlines, know that the Italian situation is much more complex than what those headlines say, and that years of corruption and complacency led to this. So vote. Everyone here vote. If you don't want a minority or a relative majority decide your life, the end. The fascists are united. Mélenchon is the only one fighting. What is this? She's already prepping? I mean, this is literally fucking fascists already practicing hanging upside down. Yeah, she's like, I will not go down like Il Duce. I will survive. That's kind of funny. That's a good one, Chatter. Okay. I will survive being hung upside down. I will not go down like El Duce. Longer version of her old interview.
Georgia a 19 ans, elle milite.
Daughter. Because, by the way, she is right, for the record, because there's so many fucking Marxist parents that just then end up having, like, psychotic neoliberal, or even worse, like, straight up fascist fucking children. So I guess she was right about that. She nailed it. She was like, I didn't want to indoctrinate my daughter so she could, become racist on her own, which I guess worked out. It did. It fucking did work out for her. Liz Truss's parents, they're fucking Marxists, right? Kamala Harris, Liz Truss, Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg's dad literally is like the foremost Marxist scholar that translated all the works of Gramsci. Yeah. Kamala Harris is estranged father. Donald Harris is a famous Marxist economist in Stanford. You said Harris's father estranged? No, estranged father. His father left to Kamala Harris's mom. I mean, it's a fascist youth league. That's it. Let's watch a video unrelated to this from 2009.
East Timor has a troubled history, but tonight it is a place of inspiration and progress for women. Amivi Gama seized control of the nation's capital today, becoming East Timor's first ever female dictator. Reporter Mark Ward has the story.
It's been a long, hard journey for Amivi Gama, but it was worth it. After a bloody 6-day-long coup, a triumphant Gama declared herself president for life, commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and High Court Chief Justice today, proving that a woman can rule with an iron fist just as well as any man.
For years, we were terrified.
This isn't real, chat. This is Onion News Network from 2009 making the same exact fucking jokes that I'm making about girl boss feminist dictators.
It would be wonderful to now be terrified and oppressed by one of our own.
Dr. Sandra Sujana, the author of the book Amivi Gama, A Woman to Fear, says Gama's success is a sign of the country's progress.
20 or even 10 years ago, nobody could have even considered a woman would behead her political rivals in the town square. It's a truly great day for women.
Dr. Sujana says that in addition to a ruthless pursuit for ultimate power, Gama has a feminine side. Even while leading a campaign of terror through the countryside, rooting out intellectuals and killing religious leaders, Gama made time to be a mother to her children. It's this down-to-earth relatability that has made her an icon to many East Timor women.
She didn't just order her militia to destroy our crops. She got right in there with the torch, and she looked good doing it.
Many expect that, as a woman, Gama will bring a more level-headed and sensitive approach to the massive slaughtering. Even members of the older generation, like former cabinet member Yuriko Alkatiri, have learned to look past Gama's gender and respect her as a political force.
Some people had doubts, but now they're all dead. When she plunged a knife into my crying son's throat as I lay helplessly by, I realized that she could do anything. She's a real dynamo.
The size of Gama's army is all we need as proof to know it's a woman's world now in East Timor. We congratulate you, President Gama. From Dili, I'm Mark Ward for the Onion News Network.
By the way, this seems so real because it has happened. Like this.
Thank you, Mark. That's one feisty lady. When we come back, Gatorade scientists have discovered 4 new kinds of thirst.
Oh, man. God, Onion News Network was so fucking good. So fucking good. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Hillary praising neo-fascist Maloney. The election of the first woman prime minister in a country always represents a break with the past, and that's certainly a good thing. It's not a break with the past, though. It's quite literally the same. It's, as a matter of fact, it's not far removed from the past, which makes it worse. I bought a socialist newspaper for $2 today. It was the most unhinged nonsense. They said they were Trotskyists and they were very upset about the lockdowns. My roommate and I went through it for an hour. Never do that. Never do that. People that write socialist newspapers, 90% of the time, they're either Trotskyists or they're just straight up, what's the cult? I mean, there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of different ones. Don't do that. They're completely unhinged. No, it's like either like the Avakian cult, Rev Left, right? I think. Isn't it? Or no, what is it called? Or Revcom, sorry, Revolutionary Communists. Or they're LaRouche, they're LaRoucheites. And don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to your brain. Just fucking read theory if you want to read so much, nerd. Jesus Christ, there's so much to fucking read